everyone receive is a reflection.
Welcome. I feel the need to share with you this experience. This is one of a recent event. So, let me lighten your day. So you see, I was told today about a specific accident that occurred, where a young motorcycle driver or rider was driving extremely fast, and the information I was told was they were going 150 in a 70 zone. This is kilometers. Weaving their way through traffic, driving recklessly, or riding recklessly. And then further up, they had an accident. And the driver ended in the back seat of the vehicle and died. The P-plate driver had their car rode over and was stuck inside the vehicle. Pretty bad accident. You see, this rider passed a family member, a specific individual who we know reacts. And you see, most people will go and try to find who's to blame, or the reactions of whose fault it was. One of the things that I was curious of, and I asked, was, I wonder what they were saying in the car when this person drove by. Why do I say this? Why do I ask this question? Because we've all done it. It's not about who's right or wrong or what to say. Some people like saying, oh, that person's going to have an accident. Some people want it to happen. Some people don't like it. I wonder what they said. Did they call the person an idiot? Did they wish for an accident? Who knows? So that is what I feel, because that can do trauma when someone is there and they saw or seen the accident. And it has lasting effects, because if they said something negative to that rider and now that person is dead, it weighs on their conscience, it weighs on their mind for how they said those things. If it's someone who is an overthinker in their head, then maybe they said something to this person and it happened and they shouldn't have. Maybe they created it. So maybe the sight of seeing an accident and the people in there, or blood or whatever it might be, has caused distress. So the things they said is rattling in their mind. Maybe those questions to be asked. But what of someone who only knows information? How do people react? What does society tell us to do? It tells us to react a certain way and have no humanity for the motorcycle rider. It's always, no, this person, well, they deserve, shouldn't be on the road. There are some people who are darkness, and that came out in some people. And that is their right to believe that. But sometimes we must look upon those things as, where's the humanity? For let us look at the situation further. If one does not know what the bike rider is doing, they are making judgment based on what? Previous experience or previous judgment, because they do everything by the book. Or wouldn't have happened if they'd have just obeyed. Not looking out or blaming anyone here or trying to protect others. The sheer stupidity of riding at that speed is very much known. But we don't know why. Maybe the rider was trying to get home, was being burgled. Maybe his wife needs to go to the hospital and he had to get home really quickly. Maybe he was on drugs. Maybe he just lost his lifelong partner albeit young age, or a parent or a loved one, and they couldn't live. There are so many possibilities that could have occurred, and that gets overlooked by what others are judging the situation by. So many factors, so many possibilities. But how do we react? This is a prime example to show us, where do our emotions lie? Are we stuck in the system, defending the righteous, defending the right of ways, following the law book? Or do we have humanity and humility for others, to understand that people will be in pain, to try to understand the story and how people react? No one is right or wrong here. An accident happened. When we can remove ourselves from the blame and the judgment and what it means, and focus more on the love and the human side of things, this is what the world is calling for. But simply, sometimes it's also to identify to you who it is around you that still harbors that negativity or that old ways. Maybe it's to highlight to you where someone stands on something, so it closes another book or another page in the book of your life. You know where things are, you know the underlying factors, so it's a boost to you. Maybe it was also to test your reaction to that very person. Do you then shame that person, hate that person for thinking that way? Are you the full-time activist? Or do you love them anyway, for that is their choice, that is their opinion, that is who they are. But you don't allow it to react in you. And there we've learned some more life lessons. I do feel that the family of those people must be in pain and shock. So we send them love, of course. And it's a different way of feeling towards things like this. It allows better healing and understanding instead of hate and shame and anger. And we remove ourselves from the system a little bit more. So just with that, I leave you with peace and love. Take care.